The only safe place for a believer is on the front end, the front cutting edge of battle, working for advancement. It is honestly the only safe place. Anyone who has in their heart the desire just to protect what we have will lose what they have. Do you remember when the talents were handed out? Who lost the talent? Who lost the amount of money? The guy with one, who buried it to protect what he had. The only safe place for the believer is in the position of advancement. Because that's the nature of God. We have to pattern what we do after God's nature, not after what you think your gift is. We have to pattern how we live, our attitudes, our focus, our vision on God's nature. God's nature is, here's the verse, and of the increase of his government there will be no end. Which is what? Constant, continual forward motion. It's why you have no armor on your back. Honestly, you were built for forward advancement. That's your nature. It doesn't mean there aren't seasons of rest. It means there aren't seasons of withdrawing or getting into simply defense mode. The devil will leak his strategies to you if he thinks it will put you in defense mode. Because then you no longer realize that you have the ball and you're working for advancement. You now think he has the ball and you're trying to protect what you have. That's a deception. Attitude is everything. So the safest place for us is to live in anticipation of advancement. Of the increase of his government, there will be no end. It says that he takes us from glory to glory. All studies of revival that I've ever heard of were always studies of the history of revival. Let me rephrase that. All statements on the nature of revival have been derived from the history of revival and not the nature of God. It is built into the religious culture to expect revival to be a seasonal experience and not a lifestyle. One of our young ladies was taken up into the arms of the Father, and he was examining a book. And he said, "Do you want to know what I'm reading?" She said, "Yes, I do." He said, "It's the book of revivals." He said, "Would you like for me to read something to you?" She said, "Oh, I really would." She said, or he said, "What would you like me to read?" And she said, "I want to hear about the revivals of the 2000s, not the 1900s or the 1800s, but of the 2000s. And his response was, "Oh, you mean the one that never ended?"